that home is worth a lot of money. 5 people are living in there sharing 300 square feet. Why? Because a lot of these homes, when they were built in the Hutongs in the 40s and the 30s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, they weren't built to be luxury homes, 1,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet. They were minimum 300-400 square feet, sometimes 200 square feet, right? Think about it. When China was built, New China was founded in 1949. It was founded under the banner of communism. So how you gonna have communism and big 3,000 square foot luxury homes in the capital? That make no damn sense, right? Communism, at its root of it back then, socialism as a core, as a political principle, is about equality, right? Everybody lived in the same type of home. 300 square foot, 400 square foot. Those are the types of homes that were built back then, right? So this is why a lot of people, when they think of Beijing people, they think Beijing people rich. Oh my God, Beijing people rich. Beijing people are rich. They make a lot of money. Their income is higher. However, there's also a lot of original Beijing people that are living in like literally money. Their income is higher. However, there's also a lot of original Beijing people that are living in like literally 200-300 square foot homes, and there's like 4 people living in it. You know, on paper, they're rich. When you go into their home, you realize maybe it's better if I live in a small city, nice 1,500 square foot apartment in a small city somewhere, a tier 3 city in China somewhere. You probably live a better life than some of these people that are squeezed in these 200-300 square foot apartments. Is what I'm saying make sense? Making sense. Thank you, Wahid. Let's go down this Hutong right here. Does what I'm saying make sense, everybody? Does it make sense, y'all? Thank you, Wahid. Thank you very much. Does it make sense, everybody? Right? Location, indeed. Does everybody understand what I'm trying to say? Does everybody trying to understand? Yes. Thank you, Crypto Chick. Yeah. Does everybody kind of make sense? Like, you have to understand, I freaking love Beijing. I'm gonna say this again. I've always thought it like look. I've always said, like, if I'm dating in China and I'm dating a Chinese woman, okay, if I get married in America, then so be it. If I'm dating in China and I'm dating a Chinese woman, okay, like I've always said, I love 3 types of women here in China, okay? I particularly love 3 types of women. 1, Beijing women. I love women from Beijing. Number 2, Fujian women. I love women from Fujian. And 3, Chaoshan women. 3 types of, so Cantonese, Chaoshan. Each of them have their own unique culture. Each of them have their own unique styles. Okay, but I just love coming to Beijing. I've said it to you guys before. I love the capital, Beijing. I love the people here. Okay, their accent is amazing. Everything about them just screams, in my opinion, just everything about Beijing people just screams Dachi. You know what I'm saying? The capital. You know what I'm saying? Like capital of China. They got that spirit about them that is just unreplicable anywhere else in the world. Thank you, Stacy. Unreplicable anywhere else in China. Nowhere else. Not Shanghai, not Shenzhen, not Guangzhou. Beijing is in my opinion, it's its own universe. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys, man, I love the people here. Thank you, Stacy. I love coming here. What I don't love is the tough security that you have to go through to go everywhere, because it is the capital that I don't love. Everything else about this city, I love. So many Americans back home who are watching this, a lot of y'all always ask me, what are the Chinese cities I should visit? Beijing should be number 1 on your list. Thank you, Derek, man. Great to see you, Derek. Thank you, Derek. Beijing should be number 1 on your list. Not Shanghai, not Guangzhou, not Hong Kong, not these other Chinese cities. Beijing should be number 1. It should be the number 1 place you visit before any other place in China, in my humble opinion, okay? Because here you will see Chinese history come alive. Actual brick red walls in front of you. Thank you, Neats. Real things you can touch. Real history, not the stuff that's been buried in the ground because we dug up somebody's tomb. Real standing history above ground. That's why I love Beijing. Please follow the channel and share this live stream, y'all. I'm not gonna go keep too much further down this alley over here, but this is about the width of an actual Hutong over here. Traditional Chinese hutongs are about this wide. Okay, but we're gonna keep walking here, where I'm gonna take you inside some of these hutongs. Thank you, Kels and Stacy. I think for a lot of Americans back home, they might say, like, because we, like, I always tell you guys, like, we as Americans, we think about places and people, right? You know, you think about what a New Yorker is like. You think about what a Floridian is like. You know, you think about when Katy Perry sings California Girls, right? You think about, there are places in America that also has its own reputation, that also has its own. Thank you, Brian T. Thank you, Derek, Brian T, Cash, OG. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. There are places back home in America that also has its own reputation, right? Jersey, right? New York City especially, right? San Francisco, right? The culture in San Francisco, right? The grunge in Seattle, right? So a lot of places in America that also, the Memphis blues, the Tennessee country, Nashville country music. A lot of places back home in America has its own identity. Thank you, all things. Here in China, it's the same way, except it dates back to even older. They reach back to even older pockets of history. Beijing, to me, has one very, very clear identity. And that is very simple. In my humble opinion, Beijing is the center of the Chinese universe. Political center, art, culture, you name it, they have it. You name it, they have it. History, they have it. Politics, power, shopping, you name it, they have everything. So like the namesake for like this place here is just that it's such a powerful place to be. You feel it in the air. You feel it in the air. You know, I always like to tell people this story when I'm having a conversation with my friends, when I talk about China. So many amazing things that have happened here. What you're looking at right here is a traditional Hutong here. This is a traditional Chinese Hutong. Very, very quiet, right? Look at all these homes here. They look super, super old, right? That's what a Hutong should look like. Absolutely beautiful. Philadelphia, right? If people say, what is the wealthiest city in China? Wealthiest city is either Shanghai or Beijing. But here's the thing you have to understand about the different. You guys notice that I always told you guys this. Shanghai is not one of my favorite places in China. Okay, I always keep it real with you guys, man. I like going to Shanghai to visit, okay? I would never live in Shanghai. Not one of my favorite places in China, okay? Beijing, I love. Shenzhen, I want to live there for the rest of my life, if I could. Either there or America. I would live in Shenzhen. If somebody told me, you got to live in Shenzhen for the rest of your life, I said, sign me up. If somebody say to me, you got to live in Chapel Hill, North Carolina for the rest of your life, I say, sign me up. But if you tell me you got to live in Beijing for the rest of your life, I probably wouldn't do it. Why? Because the weather gets very cold in the winter and very hot in the summer. Thank you, Big O. Very, very. So the weather doesn't suit me. Okay. So I have a lot of thoughts about Shanghai. Why I don't particularly like that city. Okay. Nor do I particularly like the people there. Okay. I'm gonna keep that to myself. We are in Beijing. We're going to keep it moving. Somebody asked what's the wealthiest city in China. I can tell you what the wealthiest city in China is. Right here. Right where we're standing. This place right here. Beijing. And you see, I'm going to say this one last thing before we keep moving. Beijing symbolizes wealth that goes well beyond money. It's money. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, some stock options, a couple $100 billion. Psh. Yes, that's all nice and all. Power is here in Beijing. Power that cannot be measured in money. That's what this place symbolizes. Power. You know, it is power in a pure and absolute form. It's not money. It's not stocks. It's not stock options or bonuses. It's power. This is the center of power in China. This is the capital. And you feel it everywhere you go. And it's indescribable. It's a power that you know, frankly, when you walk around in Washington, D.C., you don't really feel the same way. Washington, D.C. is beautiful. Here it's an absolute and pure form. You feel it. I feel it. Even as an American walking around, I feel it. You know, I always like to tell people this funny story. I always like people to tell people this funny story. If you guys ever read Hank Paulson's book, Hank Paulson has a book, the former Secretary of Treasury under George W. Bush. He has a great book called Dealing with China. He has a great story about how one day he was running late. So Hank Paulson was meeting, I think, Premier Zhu Rongji, he was meeting someone very important at Zhongnanhai, right next to the Forbidden City, right next to Tiananmen Square. He was late. He was caught in traffic and he was late. He was working with Goldman Sachs at the time and he was late and he was stuck in traffic. So he said, I got out of my car along with my secretary and my translator. We ran across the Avenue of Heavenly Peace. We ran up to the front door of Zhongnanhai and we walked right in. Now, of course, there were guards there. We were late for our meeting, but we made it just in the nick of time. We literally got out of the taxi in the middle of the Avenue of Forever Perpetual Peace, and we ran into the building to have our meeting. That shit is like science fiction. When you read that book and you read that story, that is literally like science fiction. It's not even fiction. It's science fiction because that could never happen today in 2024. First of all, the Avenue of Forever Peace has guardrails on every side. They got guards and they got cops everywhere, okay, at these sensitive spots. Hank Paulson was here at a time when China was just waking up in the 90s, when the economy was just starting to take off. The China of today is very different from the China of the 1990s. This man literally got out of the car in the middle of the Avenue of Perpetual Peace and ran into Zhongnanhai to have his meeting. That's science fiction today. That is not fiction. That is science fiction today. You can never do that today. Okay, you could never do it. Frankly, I cannot even live stream from in front of that place, because it's a very important place with a lot of security. I don't even want to live stream there. Cops everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you walk around these places, man, I get so emotional and I get so, my mind is always racing when I'm here in Beijing because it makes me feel small. Number one, it makes me feel small as a person. The other thing is, it's got so much history. So many human beings have come and gone in this city. So many lives come and gone. Emperors, princesses, foreign invaders, the Japanese, the Communist Party, the Nationalist Party. So many people have come and gone. This place is living history. This place is living history. Thank you, Bradley. And this is why I love coming to Beijing. I love this place. I couldn't live here because the weather is no good for me. I couldn't live here. But I love coming here in the autumn and in the spring. There's no place else like it in China. That's why every time we come to Beijing, it's always one of our most successful live streams. Like, we're here for like 7 or 8 days, 6 or 7 days. Every single day, it's a successful live stream. Every single day, we have a good time. We have a lot of people watching. We just have a lot of people showing love because this place is just amazing. There's so much to see. Let's keep it. I could literally talk like this for hours. There's so many emotions when you come to this city. It is an unbelievably beautiful, diverse, and it's just got so much history. That place that we were in just now, the Lama Temple, it looked like a temple with a lot of people praying, right? Praying. Qianlong Emperor was a young boy running around in the same bricks that we were stepping on. 300 years ago, the Qianlong Emperor was a small boy. The Qianlong Emperor is one of the greatest emperors in Chinese history. He was a small boy running around in a courtyard. And that's the type of history we have here. You know, so you're literally walking on the same place where emperors have walked. So let's keep it moving, everybody. I hope you guys are as interested and as galvanized by this amazing place and this amazing history as I am. Universal Studios, Disneyland, that type of stuff is fun. But history is what makes you emotional. When you love history as much as I do, I could talk for hours about this stuff. I could talk for hours about it. I love history and I love coming here. Hopefully you guys can understand my emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like I love coming here. It is, I'm telling you, it is the symbol. In my opinion, this place is a symbol of China. Shanghai is the symbol of modern China. This place is the symbol of the Chinese civilization, in my opinion. Thank you, Ms. Layden. So let's keep moving. That was quite a little soliloquy I just had. Thank you, Cash Money. Thank you, Brazil. That was a soliloquy. Let's keep it moving. That was a lot I just talked. Fancy. I'm telling you guys, man, that was quite a story, man. That was quite a speech. Now I'm humped up. Now I'm hype. Thank you, beloved. There was a lot of comments, man. There was a lot of comments. Okay. There was a lot of comments that ran through it. I was so focused on my story and sharing with you guys, you know what I'm saying, that I kind of didn't see many comments. But I just want to tell you guys, like, everywhere you go, history on the ground, history in this, just everywhere you go, beautiful history. Now, let me navigate my map. Let's go to our next destination, which is Nanlun Guxiang. Beautiful thing about this story about Nanlun Guxiang is I remember streaming there in April at nighttime. We've never been there during the day. So we're going to go there now during the daytime. Look at this gentleman over here. Now, you see this gentleman right here? Just having a good time. This is like the symbol of a retired Beijing pensioner right here. Thank you, Tessa. You see him out here? This is the symbol of a beautiful, retired Beijing retired citizen. Living on a pension. The government's taking care of him. Not a worry in the world. 学习动作。换钱这是我会的。哦。关这边是刚学的。真的，您北京人吗？北京人。好，弄得好。He said I'm just practicing. He said I'm just practicing. This is not even my best work. Thank you, Yvonne. What's the word of the day, man? What is the word of the day? 这套穿的有阳性。What is the word of the day, man? Let me think about this. Let me think about this. Let's keep moving, man. Let me think about this. Just like literally as you walk down the street here in Beijing, there's just thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Alyssa. Let's keep it moving. I'm telling you guys, man, everything here is just history. But hold on, man. As nice as history is, man, I don't want to keep wandering down the street with no purpose, man. I want to make sure I'm going somewhere. You know, it's honest, man. Like when you read as much as I do, I love to read old books about China, about what life was like in the old days, man. It's like some of this stuff that you read, you just read it and you're just like, man, that's science fiction. You can't even do that today. It's like that's some science fiction stuff. Thank you, Herman. Oh, perfect. We're going the right way. Let's keep going. We're actually going the right way. Just need to keep going and make a left turn, and then we'll be at the popular shopping area, which is also a old Hutong. So look at all these Instagram models. Look at them. Thank you, Tanya. See, they come over here. Look at all these Instagram models. Thank you, Tanya. They come over here. They pick these very beautiful scenic spots to take photos. Thank you, Shauna. Beautiful. Yep, we're going to get some lunch a little bit later. We are going to get lunch a little bit later at the famous Dong Lai Shun. Look at this. Just everywhere you look is freaking beautiful. Thank you, sunsets. I'm telling you guys, everywhere you look in this city is freaking beautiful. It's like walking down the street. This is a free place. You don't even need to pay for this. Just walk down the street. Everywhere is beautiful. Look at this. He said no more malls. Beautiful. Let's get up out of here, man. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, man. How about Taoism? Let me think of the word of the day. I'm gonna tell you guys, man. The word of the day is going to be the word for country, nation, country. 国, G-U-O, 国. Because when I come to Beijing, I think of China, the country. 国, G-U-O, 国. That's the word of the day. Country, G-U-O, 国. Okay, that's the word of the day. All right, because when you come here, man, nothing symbolizes China as a country more so than this place, in my humble opinion. You know, so we're gonna keep it moving. Please follow the channel. and share this live stream. We got over 2,000 shares already. I think you guys can tell in my voice how much I love Beijing. I love Beijing, man. I'm sorry, I keep repeating. I sound like a parrot. I love Beijing, I love Beijing. I sound like a parrot, but I cannot tell you guys how much I love to come here. But I only like to come here as a visitor. Come here for a week, 2 weeks, and get up out of here. Because my home is in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and my home in China is in Shenzhen. For all the people who are watching me right now, you have to understand, it will be an honor for me. Thank you, Stacy. If you guys ever come to China and visit, it will be an honor for me to host you in Shenzhen, the city that I live in, that I consider my second home in this world. Okay, I love North Carolina. I love living back home in North Carolina. Okay, but I love Shenzhen. Shenzhen is my home in China. I wouldn't trade anything else for it. Shenzhen to me is heaven on earth. It's paradise. Paradise, 天堂, heaven on earth. And I've streamed there quite a bit. Autumn foliage, by the way, if you guys ever come to Beijing in September, late September, early October, mid-October, late October, when the foliage turns red and the leaves are about to fall, the most beautiful time of the year. You got to come out to Beijing in the autumn months. Seriously, man, it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all got to hit that follow button, man, and share this live stream. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, man. Hit that follow button. Y'all, we just crossed 300,000 followers 3 days ago. We on our way to 400,000 followers here on TikTok, man. Y'all gotta hit that follow button, man. Share this live stream. 303,000 followers now on TikTok. We on our way to 400,000. Hit that follow button, everybody. Thank you, Shauna. We on our way to 400,000. Let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, Stacy. Come to Brazil? Hell yeah, I'm definitely coming to Brazil one day. For sure, man. Well, this channel is gonna grow in so many ways. We're going everywhere. Look how just beautiful this. Thank you, Based. Thank you, Based Monty, for the galaxy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Serenity. Thank you, Sunsets and All right, let's go to Nanlong Guxiang. Thank you, Sunsets and Serenity. Now, I will tell you guys this, man. Y'all could judge for yourselves whether you guys like where we're about to go. Some people don't really like where we're about to go because they think it's too commercial. Thank you, Stacy and B1TW. Some people think it's way too... Hey, by the way, man, I have to say this. Thank you. Now, we are in Beijing. We're in the thick of it. When y'all wake up in the morning on Monday morning... On Monday morning, we are going to be on the most famous section of the Great Wall of China, Badaling. We're going to climb it at night. I got my freaking ticket already. They only let 3,000 people in every single night. During the day, this is some bullshit right here. Listen to this. During the day, the ticket is $5.50. At night, the freaking ticket is $28. 5 times as expensive. I'm gonna say that again. During the day, to get into Badaling Great Wall is only $5.50. At night is $28 to get in. All right, we're gonna climb the Great Wall at night. We're gonna climb it at nighttime. So when y'all wake up in the morning, on Monday morning on the East Coast, right around 6:30 a.m. on the East Coast. All right? So for all the early risers, we will be at Badaling. We're gonna climb it at nighttime. We're gonna be there until like 10 a.m. Eastern time. So 10 p.m. my time. So follow the channel, share this live stream. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Beautiful. I think the reason why the price is a little bit higher at night is I think that ticket covers the cable car because they don't want you to hike at night. Because when I go to the Great Wall, I don't take their cable car. I hike it, but because it's nighttime, they want to make sure you're safe, so you have to take the cable car. And I think the ticket includes all. So you have to take the cable car, and I think the ticket includes all the cable cars and all that other stuff. So maybe that's why it's a little bit more expensive. But let's keep it moving, man. Follow the channel, share this live stream, baby. Thank you very much. Let's keep it moving. Man, you guys enjoying this? All right, once again, if you got a free sub from OG, from OG, from George, from Olga, please give them a word of thank you. I don't know if OG is still watching. I think George. If you got a free sub from OG, Olga, George, or cash money, please give them a word of thank you. Okay, please give them a word of thank you because they are really building a great community and they are allowing me to travel everywhere. By the way, the question I was asking, thank you, Crystal. Yeah, Liz. I don't know if Liz is watching, man, but give them a word of thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Is the signal lagging? I think our signal has been pretty good, right? I'm seeing green over here. Is it lagging? Thank you, Claudia and Tessa Wilson. Is it lagging? It's not lagging, right? We got a pretty good signal. We good, right? Not for me. Yeah, you guys are good. If it's lagging, go to the next live stream and come right back. And it should be good. You know, and I'm telling you guys, man, that's what I love about Beijing. You just walk down the street like this. Just look at this. Everything is history. Somebody's house right here. Look at this. So everything is history. Just like literally, this place is a walking piece of history. So look at this. Look how beautiful. There's somebody's house right here. Look at this. Thank you, Sylvia. It's beautiful. Freaking beautiful. Look at this. Man. All right, man. Oh, and anyway, let me continue with what I was saying. So a lot of people don't like where we're about to go. They think it's oh, True Gods is here. Thank you, sir. Thank you, True Gods. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You guys have to understand, man. Thank you, sir. Here, thank you, Sarah. Here in the alleys of Beijing, you see the Hutong. Let me show you guys this. You can see the sign right here. What a lot of people don't like is this is called Jianchang. It's called Jianchang Hutong right here. Thank you, Danica. You see that? This is the name of the Hutong. It's called Jianchang. If you look at the Hutongs, the biggest thing you have to understand, y'all, is that the Hutongs now are all paved with cement roads. In the Ming and Qing dynasty, there obviously was no cement. They didn't have roads like this in the Ming and Qing dynasty, right? So the Hutongs today reflect, what they reflect is a mix of old Beijing China along with a lot of modern additions. No cars 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, everywhere in the Hutongs, right? No electric poles everywhere in the Hutongs. So this is why when you walk down these alleys, when you come to Beijing, one of the things that you literally have to do is just walk down a Hutong. Thank you, Royal Hawa. You just literally walk down this Hutong. That's all you do. Now, what a lot of people don't like is how commercial a lot of these Hutongs have become. Coffee shops, confectionaries, selling cakes, selling souvenirs, essentially become way too commercial. That's where we're about to go. We're about to go to a very commercial section. Some people don't like that. I don't mind, because there are still pockets of Hutongs. These are all tourists, by the way. All these people that you see coming my way, these are tourists. These are actual tourists. What are they doing? They're hopping the alleys of the Hutongs of Beijing. Okay? I'm not going to go too deep into this. I'm just going to give you guys a little kind of like a feel for it, for what the Hutongs are. You kind of get an idea of how wide these alleys are. Thank you, Royal Hawa. Absolutely beautiful. We'll walk down a little bit more. And you know, one more thing you also have to notice is that when we were in Nanjing, see, look at this. You can get lost in here, y'all. I'm serious, man. You can get lost in here. So we're not going to get lost in here. We're just going to walk a little bit and we're going to leave. When we were in Nanjing, do you guys remember the Nanjing? A lot of the homes were kind of beat up. You know what I'm saying? When we were walking in like a Hutong area, not even a Hutong area, just like their older district called Laomenxi in Nanjing. Thank you, Caro. These places here in Beijing have a completely different vibe. Why? Because they've all been renovated. Look at the bricks. Thank you, Caro. This is reflective of a lot of factors. Number one, Beijing is the capital. You can't have foreigners coming to Beijing and seeing a bunch of crappy looking buildings everywhere. So before the Beijing Olympics in 2008, So many of these buildings were renovated. New paint, new bricks, new amenities. Does that make sense, everybody? This is why the Hutongs are not what you would see 100, 200 years ago. They're still Hutongs, but they look much newer. Does that make sense? Thank you, Carlito. It's not sad. It's just the fact that time has to go forward. Things need to improve and modernize. It's not so much sad as it is a reality of life. China needs to move forward and modernize. You cannot stay in the past forever. Does that make sense? I love these freaking quiet Hutongs over here. I'm just gonna come here, gonna stop, and we're gonna go back to the main road. Let's go to Nanlun Guxiang, and then we're gonna have a very beautiful lamb hot pot lunch at Donglai Shun. The very same restaurant we saw this morning at Universal Studios City Walk. We're gonna go to a authentic location not too far from where we end our city walk today. Thank you, Angie. So let's keep it moving, everybody. Thank you, Laura C, for the lights. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Look how quiet the Hutongs are. Right, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's keep it moving.
今早的跑，但我现在真跑不动了。
See, look at this.
紫光园的风啊，紫光园。
Man. Look at this. It's freaking history everywhere. It's unbelievable. Absolutely beautiful. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Got a car coming. Narrow alleys. Car coming. Thank you, Carlito. Thank you. You know, I always, I kind of, there's a lot of thoughts on my mind whenever I'm in Beijing, man. It just, thank you, Carlito, and it just, you know, I've been living in China now for almost 6 years. I think I understand the society pretty well. Thank you, Robin and Miss Taina. Still a lot I don't know, but there is a lot that I do know. Not everything I say on TikTok, because some concepts, there's really no point in going too deep into some of these concepts, because it's irrelevant to American life, and for an American audience member, it may not be very easy to understand. So, you know, I don't talk about everything on my mind. I talk about most things on my mind, but it's like, by the way, we are going here. Thank you, Cinderella and M. Hicks, man. If you remember this from a live stream, you are an OG viewer. If you guys remember, thank you, Cinderella and Robin. Jeannie, have a good night in Philadelphia, Jeannie. Have a great night. If you have seen this, thank you, Robin. You are an OG viewer. Okay? Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Igloo. If you guys remember this live stream I did in April, you are an OG viewer. Linda remembers. I'ma take y'all back there. The famous Temple of Heaven. Regina remembers. Right? Who else remembers? Big O remembers. Miss Lala remembers. Good night, Cinderella Essence. Who else remembers? Kay Gordon remembers. I'm going to take you guys back to the Temple of Heaven later this week. Thank you, Pepper Kim. Rosa Reyes remembers. Momo remembers. Cash Money remembers. Cash been watching me for a long... by the way, man, Cash and I were talking last night after the live stream. Well, for him, it was during daytime. I realized, man, I've been talking